Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah. All praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, and by Hashem Rakal Kadash. Double honors go to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And the sincere shalom go to the Akim out here that's pushing this truth. The elect Akim out here that's pushing this truth in all four corners in truth and sincerity. I wanted to do this video. Basically, going to I guess you could say prophecy is a combination of prophecy with all these strange things happening in so-called Babylon the Great. You got those not the earthquakes, but you got over in Hawaii that volcano erupting. Destruction is coming to America, Babylon the Great, at a rapid rate. And also got like one of the brothers in my camp did a video of the infrastructure of America is just falling apart. And just I know I'm kind of late with this, but the day before Memorial Day, it was another one of the Lord's acts. It was a lot of rain. It was a lot of floods here in Maryland, and the so-called place Ellicott City. It was a flood there, maybe 2 years ago, and they basically tried to build that place back up, but the Lord don't want it there, so He sent another flood. And you got a so-called you had a Jake. I believe he was in the armed forces, and this dumb nigga, he went up against the Lord and those elements, instead of him trying to run away get away from it. Ultimately, it wasn't meant for him to get away, but he tried to save somebody's cat. And those guys being in the armed forces, they had that pride of America on them, because they do all that different kind of training or whatever. And I'm pretty sure he probably thought because he had that training, he can do a job and become like an unsung hero for saving a goddamn cat. But the Lord took his ass up out of here. I'm gonna bring the story out. It says Ellicott City floods. Police find a body of a missing guardsman in a flood ravaging Maryland River. This the guy right here, old clean cut, bald faced nigga. It said the body of a missing Army National Guardsman been found days after the raging waters ripped through the town of Ellicott City, Maryland, over the weekend. Since Sunday evening, rescuers have been searching for Edison Herman of the Maryland Army National Guard. 39-year-old assigned to that don't matter. He was in a Mexican restaurant in Ellicott City in a historic downtown area when the flooding began. Lopez, that was attending a birthday party with Herman and her husband, said Herman left the restaurant to help a woman trying to rescue her cat from a nearby pet store. Look at his face, man. That's that pride right there. That's that pride of being an American, that pride of being in the armed forces, man. But all that pride, man, that gets you took up out of here, and that ain't nothing but the spirit of America with that pride. And ultimately, America gonna get his judgment just like this guy did, man. Witnesses reported that Herman was attempting to help a woman who has escaped through a window with her cat when he became swept up with the rushing water, according to the police report. I mean, and like I said, you know, he in a National Guard. They have all kind of different training or whatever, and he thought that he was going to be able to be successful to help this woman with her cat. You know, he was wrong. That water swept him up, and they found that nigga in the river. He thought he was going to help that cat, but his ass went fishing, and he was the goddamn catch. The Lord caught him and took his ass up out of here. But I'm gonna go into some scriptures. Salakia. Oh. This scripture right here gonna tell you that was no mistake of with that guy getting took up out of here. That's the Lord did that. This is Isaiah 45:7. It says, I form the light and I create darkness. I make peace and I create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things, man. You know, he make peace. He create light and he create darkness. He make peace and he create evil, man. The Lord do all these things, man. He the creator of everything. So what make you think the Lord wasn't responsible for that happening? It wasn't just the fact of him just trying to get that help them people out. The Lord ordained for that to happen. That's how it was meant for him to go. But ultimately, you know, I'm being presumptuous, but that's him having that pride of America, that pride of being a soldier, and he tried to come up against the Lord. He tried to come up against the Lord when he was sitting up there trying to fight the elements, man. And you can't fight against the Lord, man. The Lord took his ass up out of here. Go on, I got another scripture. 1 John 2 and I'm gonna start at 15, because that. No, I'm gonna just go over with 16. This is 1 John 2 and 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of this world. And that pride. Oh, I'm a National Guardsman. I'm gonna go help these people, man. That's that pride, and that's what being in the world. That's what that teach you, to be prideful. You in the armed forces, they walk with their chests out, man. Like the scriptures say, man, that's not of the Father, that's not of Yahweh, man, but it's of the world. You know, you shouldn't be walking around pride. And that's what God. That's that pride. That pride of him thinking he can be some kind of hero and save that woman and that cat, man. That pride took him up out of here. But I'm going to end it on that note. Hopefully this video was edifying.